So now I'm starting to work with Canadian bands, but they're on the international level.
Right.
I've gotten now, I'm not more than just regional or Canada only bands. I'm starting to and now I can taste it. I'm like, shit, if a guy really applied himself,
Right.
at certain points, you're not, really qualified to apply for certain gigs, but now I'm not afraid to try for anything.
Right.
All you can do is say no, and I'm a little more fearless than I was because I've done a couple of things, and anyway, I got this. It's a funny story. I got this gig with this band called the Screaming Jets, and they were from Australia, and it was with your buddy Mike Filoni called me.
Oh, really? Eh? Okay.
And said, hey, you want this job? And I wasn't working. I was home, and phone rings, you take the job. So I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, this band. They're kind of like AC/DC. They're young. They're from Australia. They're coming over here, and they're gonna, try and break into America, and they're gonna do some shows around LA, and then do a little run around the US. And I said, sign me up. So I fly down to LA to do that gig. And, I meet everybody, and we do one rehearsal. And I get back to the hotel. And check in with the wife. This is before cell phones or anything. I think people had pagers at this point or something. But so I call home to my wife, and hey, how's it going? Yeah, LA's fine, and blah, 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 and just catch up. And she goes, Bruce Allen's office called today. And I'm always kind of perked my interest because, that's where a lot of good jobs come from, right?
Yes, of course.
And I know they're not calling me to socialize. So I go, oh, really? Well, what did they say? And they said that she goes, well, they were looking for a guitar tech for this job. I can't remember the name, but I told them you were in LA, that you were out of town. And I said, well, who was it for? And she goes, I can't remember. She's thinking, she goes, Jimmy Page? Is that right? I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. I think I dropped the phone, and I'm at a pay phone in the lobby of the Riot House in LA. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, yeah, they said that he was coming to Vancouver to make a record, and they were seeing if you were around. Are you checking your availability? And I said, what time did they call? And they went, oh, they called at about 4:30 or whatever. And I know that office closes at 5, reception. And I thought, I was awake 2 hours before they opened, full of coffee, and standing at the payphone with ready to punch the last number at 9 a.m. when that office opened up again, which I did. And I talked to those guys the next morning, and I said, hey, I don't know what they told you, but I'm right here.
Hey, Charles, pull up that picture of Jim and Jimmy Page on the plane. I want to see that.
Right. Yeah, it was right around that time. So I call them up, and they go, oh, okay, so you are here, around. And I said, yeah, I just kind of got this little project that I'm doing, but I'm totally available. And then they said, well, Mr. Page his manager called us, and they're looking for somebody we can recommend. He's in between guitar techs, and we recommend you. And he goes, well, we recommend you. So I'm like, well, geez, I'm totally available. And they go, well, okay, I'm going to pass the information on to Jimmy's manager. So I get this call from, the UK of an English chap,
Wow.
I get, and I'm doing this all in the double secret because I don't want the band to find out that I'm talking to somebody else.
Of course.
And so I talked to Jimmy's manager. He goes, okay, you're hired, after we did a little phone interview. And so I basically I gave the Screaming Jets their money back, and I gave them my buddy's phone number in LA. And I said, here's a guy that's completely capable for the gig. He's ready to go to work today. Here's your money for the plane ticket and per diem, and I got to go.
Wow. Wow. So what was your first? Oh, go ahead, Scott.
Did they understand the reason why you were leaving them to go to Jimmy?
Yes. I just said, hey, I got to go. And they all knew that I had to go, right?
Well, in all fairness, that actually gives them bragging rights.
Yeah, I mean,
because their crew guy just left and he works with Jimmy Page. That actually gives a band credibility they never had before.
It's a feather in their cap, and they got a great guy that I set them up with who was there their entire run and worked with them afterwards, and it was a good fit. So anyway, I immediately got back to Vancouver. I had a couple of days to prepare for the sessions that we were doing at Little Mountain. His gear had been shipped over, and so I needed to get in there and open it all up and get it ready to record.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Check out our other vignettes and full episodes from a wide variety of guests for more great content. Please like, share, and subscribe, and become a member at SocialNRGPresents.com to access premium content and earn valuable energy points just for watching.